Welcome viewers to our next Literary Fest 2022 event, One On. This event will help us, the young students, to enter into a different domain of interviewing people. Through this event, we are going to introduce our young students as interviewers and tomorrow's anchors. The aim is to improve communication, thinking and questioning skills, to create awareness about events and people. Objective: to instill confidence, to learn the art of questioning, to be fluent. Thank you. Hope you enjoy and share your likes.
A warm greetings to one and all. I am Madhumita N of Class-11B, here to have a one-on-one session with Nagai Mukundan sir. Sri Nagai Mukundan is a religious and spiritual artist who gives discourses in Tamil. He is the first recipient of the Kalaimamani Award for religious discourses. He is a retired PRO in the Karur Vaisya Bank. So let us start the one-on-one session. Welcome sir. Good evening. How are you, sir?
All the best. I am fine.
Okay, sir.
Wish you all happy life.
Thank you, sir. So let me move on to the question, sir. So the first question is, what motivates you to give discourses, sir?
What motivates? I once attended my Guru's lecture. I was inspired by his mono-acting, dramatic presentation. So I continued into religious discourses.
Okay, sir. So you were a PRO in Karur Vaisya Bank, and how did you get that interest to move on to a spiritual side, and what influenced you?
Though I was working in the bank, from my early days onwards, I was very much interested in religious discourse side. When I was a school student, I participated in competitions, elocution competition, oratorical competitions. Like that, I developed this art.
Okay, sir. So how are you able to manage both work and then giving spiritual speeches?
I didn't feel any difficulty in working in the bank when I was PRO in the bank, because my bank gives freedom, like sports quota, they encourage my activity.
So how do you manage to spend time with your family as well as during this hectic schedule?
In my family, openly speaking, they are very cooperative. Unless otherwise, they didn't cooperate for my discourses, I did not reach this level.
Okay, sir. So I came to know about your Guru, Pulavar Kiran sir, and what are the things you admired in him? How did you meet him first?
When I was 14 years old, he came to North in my temple festival. My father was a temple priest in Perumal temple. He came there to give discourse. I was very much inspired, and he also blessed me that I will make you like me. So, with his blessings, now I am giving discourses.
Okay. So can you share any divine experience that had happened when you were giving discourses?
So many experiences. One I will give best example. When I was giving discourse at the Tiruvannamala, when I was talking about Shiva's Varam, bull, you know Vishal Varam.
Yes, sir.
And about bull I was describing, suddenly a bull came into the crowd. So it was a practical example. So I was very much moved, and also the audience, they were very much moved with this emotion.
How did you feel at that moment, sir? What did you feel at that moment?
God is great.
So among the places that you have given discourses, what is the place that you feel more heart-touching one?
Every place is blessed by God. Everywhere I am going to give discourse, I was very much interested, and the place is God. So there is no speciality.
Okay, sir. So is anybody in your family also interested in this God and spiritual side like you, sir?
Everybody, I am very much interested to bring my son in this field.
So can you tell any difficult situation that had happened in these many years? You are giving discourses and managing the work also. So how did you overcome it?
No difficulty in my one side and also in my family side.
Okay, sir. So, you have received many awards like the Kalimamani and many other awards. So, can you name some of the awards, sir?
I received the Kalimamani Award in the year 2000 from Kalagar Ramani. I was the first recipient for religious discourses. 3 years back, they give this award to the people who are giving discourses lectures as literary award. From on a award only, they mentioned that Samaya Shopadi Kalyan for religious discourse. That I was the first recipient of that award. And also like that, last year I received the Shining Silver Award from Government of Tamil Nadu during Edapadi.
Okay, sir. So, how did you feel? What did you feel at that moment when you were receiving that Kalimamani award in the 2000s? They were calling you, and how did you feel?
I was very excited. It's only sheer God's blessing.
Okay, sir. So, finally, what are your goals for future, sir?
My future goal is I want to bring youngsters in the spiritual life. Because now the youngsters are deviating from this life. They are coming to the temple, but they don't know what are the importance of our cultural activities and also religious activities. They are not showing any interest, but they are coming to the temple only for mere requesting the God, praying God, get His blessings, but they are not showing any interest. So I want to make the youngsters to know the Sanatana Dharma's ethics, so that it is my goal.
Okay, sir. So, you want to add on anything else, sir?
One thing I want to mention, I was having close relationship with Abdul Kalam.
Yes, sir.
In my profile also you can see.
Yes, sir.
He was very much attracted by my discourses. He used to call me my friend. So once when I met him along with my family, he blessed my son. How are you? Are you interested in giving discourses like your father? Like that. It was a very quite memorable moment.
So, what is the most happiest moment in your life, sir? Most happiest moment?
Happiest
Any
moment is
unforgettable memory?
unforgettable and happiest moment is Abdul Kalam gave me 15 minutes time and he was at President of India. But he was talking with me 40 minutes. So it is there.
Yes, sir. So, thank you for giving this interview and thank you for spending your time with the busy, I know you're busy, sir. So, thank you for giving us.
All the best, my children.
Thank you.
So, I am Harshanth from class 11A. I am going to get an interview about our principal. So, this is our principal, Mr. Ashok.
Hi.
I have some questions for him that are based on his career and also some of them will be personal. So, sir, what was your educational background before even you started your teaching career?
Background, no. In my family, nobody was educated. We are in agriculture, I belong to an agriculture family. And I was the first person who was educated, got degree in my family. So when I started doing my BSc, my many teachers guide me that while I used to write on the board, they say that your handwriting is good. So you have a good contact in teaching line. So better you go for that. They insist me. So based on that, I choose this line to come as a teacher. So the main thing is handwriting. Many teachers have said that board writing makes you to be looks like a teacher. So I choose that. Many suggested that, so I choose that line.
So, sir, as you said, do you consider your teachers as your motivation or any other?
No, I really consider as a teacher as my motivation. They have guided me in many ways, and my senior principal also guided me in many ways. when I was a teacher, my principal guided me in all ways. Mrs. Karthick is my principal. She guided me in all the ways. She gave me all the works what she and she gave me a chance to learn many things inside the campus. From that learning only, I am being now as a principal.
So, sir, what was your main stream when you were there?
My computer science is my main stream. So that is the initial stage in, I think so it is in 1997 I have been completed my 12th standard. So that is the basic introduction to some 12th computer science. So before that only biology group, pure science group was there. During my age period, that is the first stream that computer science come to that higher secondary. So I choose that it will be a good for learn. So I choose computer science at the 12th standard.
What made you more interested in physics?
The thing is, I got a high score in physics in 12th grade. So I thought that I am good in physics. So I applied for BS physics and I have enrolled college as a physics faculty.
Good afternoon, everyone. I extend my warm greetings to everyone watching this video. I'm Aishwarya Rani of Class 11A, and here we have our Mrs. Lakshmi Venkat, Chief Creative Officer of Gravitas Media at Singapore. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Aishwarya. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, ma'am. So, here are the questions today. What inspired you to choose media as your career plan?
I have always been very interested in general knowledge right from school. I have been a part of the quizzing team in my school and college. So I used to be interested in things happening around me. And as a student of literature, I'm also kind of interested in storytelling, you can say. So that is what drew me to factual programming. So that's what made me choose this career, because I like factual storytelling. So I don't like to do dramas or anything. I like storytelling, but something which is about facts, which is about people around me. So that's what led me to this career.
Superb, ma'am. What qualities does a creator most needed to be successful? Like, what are the qualities you demand being a chief creative director?
Anybody who's a creative director has to have the ability to originate new and creative ideas all the time, new original ideas. Then you have to think of innovative ways in which to present these ideas. So the technique also has to keep on changing. Of course, there is a certain grammar for television. So I can't be making TikTok programs. So I can't be making shows like they are being shot on TikTok. I can't do that. So I have a certain grammar which I have to observe. But within that also, I have to think of innovative new ways to use techniques, devices. But this is my belief that you should never allow the technique to overpower your core idea. You should not become so fond of style that it is style over substance. So you can do as much style as you want. You can have all kinds of stylish shots, you can have stylish edits, but at no point should it overpower the story that you're trying to tell or the core idea. So these are the things you have to keep in mind when you want to be a successful creative director, that you have to constantly think of new and original ideas, and you have to think of new ways in which to present these ideas.
Something we have to know, ma'am, actually. Then, what are you working on currently, ma'am? What's your current progress in your...
I'm doing 2 shows currently. I do a lot of work for Tamil television here. So I'm doing a children's quiz show for children in the age group of 13 to 16 actually. It's called Maya Machindra. So these are the 2 shows I'm working on currently.
Very interesting, ma'am. Mostly based on kids and shows, and seems like we should probably watch it or do it. Or better
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link to the show.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. And word of advice for the upcoming youngsters to achieve their aims. What do you think, or advise our aged children to achieve something better?
Whatever you do, aim for perfection. Don't settle for anything less. Don't compromise on quality. It doesn't matter if 10 people are watching you or 1,000 people are watching you, if it's an audience of 1 million or 10 million. You have to be true to yourself. You have to be true to your own vision, and you have to execute it to perfection. You be true to your own vision, but at the same time, if somebody is giving you valid criticism, constructive criticism, listen to it and try to incorporate that feedback and always try to improve on what you're doing. The main thing I would say is always aim for perfection in your work. That is my advice.
So, can you please share some previous working experience? Yes, ma'am.
I have always been in television since 1988. So I started with news. I was news correspondent for National Network, English and Hindi news on Doordarshan. So I was a field news correspondent. I used to report from the field for 5 years. So that was 1988. Then I left news and I started doing programs after that. Then I headed ZTV for a brief period before I moved to Singapore and set up my own company. So I've always been in television, though I started life as a professor of French. I was
5
teaching
languages.
French in Etiraj College.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. 5 languages. How did you manage to learn all of them, ma'am? Like, you were interested in studying all those subjects, or it was just passion?
I was always a language person.
So great,
That's my
ma'am.
area of interest.
So, how would you navigate a team of creatives under a deadline?
See, that is something which is second nature to me by now. So I've been doing so many projects, and TV is a very complex thing. TV production is a very complex thing. It's a team effort. So whatever I can do, I will still need other people to do their work properly if project has to come out properly. So I have to keep making sure that everybody is doing their job, their part of the job well. So that's and everybody has to focus on what they are doing. My job is to make sure that they are doing their job well, and also if somebody slackens, then I have to probably just pick it up and do it myself. So that's the way I have been operating, because TV is a very complex job, television production, because it's not just one thing. You have graphics, you have music. Somebody is doing graphics for me, somebody is doing background music, somebody is doing editing, somebody is doing the camera work. I have to put it all together and make sure it fits what I have in mind. And as long as you know your job, people will respect what you're doing. But you have to know your job. Of course, there will always be people, there will be men who will try to behave like, but then the minute they understand that you know your job, they'll shut up. So the only way to do it is to show people that you know your job. So it's not been a problem for me as such.
That's very inspirational, ma'am.
So good evening to one and all present. I'm Nityashri of Class 11th, and today I'm here to interview a fellow student, Miss Sri Varshini. She is an upcoming professional swimmer. So hi Varshini, how are you doing today?
Hello Nitya, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. So I hope that by the end of this rendezvous, we get to know each other better and also a little about swimming. So firstly, how did you find out that swimming was your calling in life?
Well, swimming gives me the peace of mind. Whenever I swim, I get a relaxation. So I love water. So I think this is the calling of life.
Okay, that's good. So at what age and how did you discover swimming?
I think I was 14 when I discovered swimming. Actually, I came to learn swimming when I saw my colleagues, my seniors. I got addicted to it, and I had interest on it, so I just jumped into it.
Okay. Moving on to the next question. So, how in our senior years of schooling, it's very there is so much going on in our life. So how do you manage all of that along with swimming? It is really tough, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, really tough. We are being an athlete. We don't have any time. Being an athlete. We have to sacrifice many things. And balancing education and all of the stuff plus the sports life, it's really tough. We don't have time. We have back-to-back work. We have hectic work, and in the meanwhile, we have to get a proper sleep and we have to get a proper recover. So it's really tough, but balancing is a bit tough.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. So, do you have your future planned, or like what you want to do in the future? Do you have any idea about it?
I have worked a lot in my swimming. I have sacrificed a lot of things, so I don't want my sport to live in a half. I want to complete it. I want to take it as a professional.
Yes.
I didn't think much about it, but I want to take it as a professional.
Yes. That's nice. Yeah. So, who are your supporters in life? Like your family, your friends, or your coach? Do you have anybody in particular?
My parents they give me great support, like not only in financial, mental wise, everything. They support me a lot. And supporters is only I support myself.
Yeah, that's really important for an athlete. Yeah. So, how do you take care of your physical health along with your, of course, along with your mental state and also other things like school? So, like, how do you balance all of this?
It's really tough to balance all those stuff because we guys don't get to school often. We have to work like a hell to get all those stuff.
Yeah.
All those consistency is so important in sports. You have to work consistently, and it's really tough to get results often. You have to wait. Patience is very important.
Yeah.
It's the main thing. Self-confidence is the main thing.
Yeah. So moving on to the next question. So like because of your gender, have you faced any like oppression or anything like that? Has that changed your life? Like as a female, have you ever felt that in this field?
Being a female in sports, it's really tough to shine. We have a lot of problems.
Yes.
And it's really tough.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you prepare yourself before a tournament? Like, how do you prepare yourself mentally and physically? How do you do that before a tournament?
Well, if my competition is tomorrow, before 1 month, I used to do meditation. Meditation is the most important thing. I do meditation.
Yeah.
I used to run the race in my mind. So,
yeah.
I just used to imagine whatever happens in the competition. I just used to imagine all this stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so coming to the final question, last but not least, so if there was any advice you would like to give to your juniors or or people who are upcoming in this sport, what advice would it be?
Believe in you, work consistently, you will get a result. So work, be happy, don't lose hope or don't give up. Just don't give up.
Yeah, that's really nice of you. So yeah, thank you so much for your time and being here. So I learned so much about an athlete's physical and also mental state. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm C. Dhanini of Class 11A. Now I'm going to interview such a good personality, Dr. K. Maran sir. Hello sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine sir, how are you?
Fine.
Tell about yourselves.
Yeah, I think I am Professor Maran, Director, Sairam Institute of Management Studies, Sairam Engineering College. I have 30 years of experience in teaching, research, consultancy, and training for the corporates. Apart from that, my unique strength in different dimensions. I have given career guidance for school students and higher education students, not only in Tamil Nadu, across the world. Apart from that, I am a motivational speaker for the students. I am a great trainer for the corporate and also consultant for the corporate. I am given n number of keynote speaker, conference keynote speaker, and also good researches. So far, I have produced 45 PhD scholars in the management streams. This is my small profile.
What is your inspiration, sir?
My inspirations, which is purely based with the education. Education is my inspiration. That's why for the past 3 decades, I am full passionate with education. Why I choose this education? The education only solution for the betterment of the communities. Without education, the country development is not there. Without education, the country economy is not there. Take for instance, the US economy, US empowerment because of education, or the European country development because of education, or Australian country development because of education. Even in Asian continent, the Singapore is one of the best example. Nowadays, the India is one of the best example. Before the liberalizations, the Indian education system is something different. After the liberalization, after the globalization, the education system only solution for the country economy. Today, we have attained 8 point something GDP for the past 10 years because of education. We are number one software industry segment in the world scenarios because of education. So economy, employment, development, everything is based on education. That's why I am more inspired about the education.
What made you to become a motivational speaker?
I think this is only the self-realization only. Because the motivation, so what I am saying nowadays, the students or the people, they are expecting something from others. This is called motivation. But what I am realizing, self-motivation only sustain our every individual's ability. The self-motivation only solutions. That's why you can compromise yourself, you can convince yourself, you can motivate yourself, you can equip yourself, you can shape yourself. So individual is one of the most important part to success of everywhere. As an individual realized about himself, the success is always there. 50% outside the environmental factors, but the 50% the real success, which is purely based on the self-motivations and individualities. This is my concept.
What is your view about NEET?
Yeah, I think the NEET examinations right from the beginning, I am always against these NEET examinations. Why I am against these NEET examinations, people might be aware of. I think as educationalist, you are against the NEET in the sense who will not affect against the NEET examinations. What is my observations? This is by basic study, basic analysis. In our Indian education system, even the schooling system or the university system, something different. In the international curriculum, CBSE curriculum, NCERT also the same thing. State board is there. There are different board examinations, different board examinations. This is one of the constraints. Kashmir to Kanyakumari, different board examinations. Then the different language is different examinations. Then the student's profile. When you are coming to the student's profile, their family background is one of the most important part to discuss about these NEET examinations. Some of them highly economical background or middle class family or the low class families. How is it possible to equate each and every individual? That is another one constraint. Then the areas wise, urban, suburban, rural areas. So these are the different demographical constraints for our Indian students. So in these critical situations, how is it possible to conduct a single method of NEET examination for all the students? That's what I'm asking. In Kashmir, 50% of days only working. The remaining 50%, there are some issues, natural issues, artificial issues, there are number of issues are going. The students not possible to focus on their educations. How is it possible to appear in northeasterns? Even in Tamil Nadu, there are socially backward, rural-based students. So that's why we need to uniform the education system, right from Kanyakumari to Kashmir to Kanyakumari. We need to streamline the education system. When you are strengthening the same system, same methodologies, which is applicable. Otherwise, it is not possible. So this is one of the most important aspects. We are against this NEET examinations. Otherwise, we are not against the government. We are not against the government policies. This is my views.
Thank you, sir, for giving your valuable time for us to take an interview. Thank you.
Thank you.